We're joined by none other than the king of the kitchen. It's Ainsley, Harriot.
Yeah.
You look delicious, but what are you cooking that's delicious?
I'm actually doing a Harissa crusted cod.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, easy for me to say. Yeah, got to get your Harissa with your cod, right? And then I'm going to be serving it with a beautiful chickpea, tomato and spinach stew.
Lovely.
It's so simple to do. That's the thing that really, Alison, that's the thing that really gets me about this dish. I'm starting off here and I've got a bit of caraway. That's what you can smell, kind of, you know, sort of drifting around the kitchen a little bit. A little bit of caraway for 30 seconds. To that, I've got a touch of garlic here. Just crushed up my garlic. I'm going to take that, pop that into my pan, and then we're going to kind of add just a little bit more spice. Along here, I've got a touch of cumin powder here, yeah?
So there's no oil in there yet?
Not yet. I'm going to be putting my oil in there, a little bit of cumin there. It's kind of toasting off. Do you know when they talk about toasting off your spices?
What does that do? Does it just give it more intensity, fine taste?
There you go. Opens it up a little bit.
I didn't know you could do that dry with garlic.
I never do that.
That's really interesting.
Well, yeah, but it's really to do with, you know, you put a little bit of... you put your spice in there, it releases the oils in especially the caraway or the cumin.
Right.
It's adding a little bit of vavavoom.
Vavavoom. There's my
like he
vavavoom
needs
going
it,
in
like
there.
Ainsley needs it.
Yeah, I don't need too much of it, really, though, do I? Eh? That's going in there like that. Look at this. Will you do something for me if I ask you?
No problem.
OK, I've got some breadcrumbs here. OK, this is what we're talking about, the crusted. There is a good spoonful of that going in there.
Yeah.
Give that a little bit of a stir.
What, just put that in there?
Yeah, straight in there. That's it. Just a touch.
Just a little
that's
bit.
it. And mix that through. Touch of parsley. And then, Dermot, here we are.
Yeah.
When she's finished that,
Zest
just grate a little bit of zest in there for me too. Now, that is what's going on top, guys, OK? So we've got that lovely flavour. We're going to have the breadcrumbs there. Ordinary breadcrumbs. For you guys at home, literally, just take those breadcrumbs and blitz them down a little bit. You can buy them. That's it. Shake that in there. Beautiful.
You want the whole lemon in there, Ains?
No, just that.
Just a little bit.
No, but like the whole the skin, or just a half?
I just want the lemon
soup
zest
salt.
in there, not the pith. OK.
No, I know that, but do you want the whole... Shall I do the whole of the skin?
OK, yeah, continue just a little bit more.
Lovely.
And remember, guys, what I've got here now, I'm putting my chickpeas in here now, into those spices. Look at that, a couple of tins of chickpeas, inexpensive. This is the great thing about this
I think that's
dish.
enough now. It's smelling like lemon.
Then we've got some tomato puree. Good bit of tomato puree going in there like that.
Chef.
Beautiful, thank you very much indeed. Do you want to take it to the next level for me?
Oh, no, not really.
Not really?
Eat my cut.
Good here, isn't it? Hey?
I started eating my food, and next thing I know, I'm cooking.
Phil and Holly, come back, will you? Holly helps me out in the kitchen. Yeah, mate. A little bit of that going on the top there like that, yeah?
Yeah.
That's it. Can you see that? And then use that just to push that down there for me. That's
Ainsley, with
brilliant.
tomato puree, does it thicken as well as colour?
That's exactly it. It really does. It adds a thickening agent too. That's the beautiful thing about adding it. What do you think? Do you like it?
It's absolutely delicious.
So nice.
Yeah?
Really nice.
Beautiful. Well, we've got the tomato puree going in there. I've got a tin of tomatoes in here now. All of that's cooking down. Look at this. A few cherry tomatoes that I've cut in half. You can actually get a tin of cherry tomatoes. You can use that just as well as the diced tomatoes. They're going in there too. OK, a little touch of sugar. There we are. You know what? I like to shake it a little.
There he goes, trademark. No one else can do that.
Ainsley
the Harriot.
And, of course, a touch of stock. That's going in there too. And we're just going to allow that to cook down now. Really, just let all those flavours mingle together.
There you go, chef.
Thank you very much indeed. All right?
I really like the crunch with the soft cod.
Yeah.
It's a really nice... Oh, it's just lovely.
And it works, and the stew's really lovely. And look at this. We're going to cook that down for a good sort of, 7, 8 minutes. And then what I want you to do, look, in this pan over here, that's steaming, cooking away there beautifully. I want to show you what you get here, guys. Look, that is lovely. Look at that. And then we're going to take some spinach, let the spinach wilt down, and literally that's going at the last minute. A little bit of that spinach.
So, Ainsley, how long does that base take to
5 or 6 minutes, maybe a little bit more, maybe 10, depending on the heat. If you want to turn it up a little bit, you've got about 5 or 6 minutes. Let that spinach wilt into it. Well, it will wilt into it. And I'm going to squeeze a little bit of that lemon juice on the top there, a little bit of acidity, just to finish things off. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my fish that I've got here, pop that into an oven. That's 200. OK, that's you've got a fan oven, so it's going to kick in. That's gas mark 6.
How long for?
And you're putting it in there for about 15 minutes, 12 to 15 minutes, depending on the thickness of your fish, Al.
OK.
OK, look at that. That's wilted in there already. It really doesn't take long for that spinach to wilt down there, so don't boil it up for ages. Just let that wilt a little bit. Turn that off. And then I've got one that I've cooked here a little bit earlier. Let me just show you what I've got here now.
Oh, that's delicious.
Really good, Ainsley. So nice. And let's talk fish a little bit, because, you know, cod is getting more and more expensive now.
Cod is getting more expensive. And there's some fantastic alternatives out there, actually, Dermot. You know, when you think about the hake or the pollock or something like that, much cheaper cut. And when it comes to pollock, people say, oh, it doesn't taste the same. Well, you want to add big flavours to it.
You've got to season it, haven't you? Yeah. You've got to season it.
And look at this. We've got big flavours here. We've got the breadcrumbs. We've got the harissa going in there. All of those things really easy. And you just have a jar of harissa in the fridge.
I love cod. You can get good, sustainable cod and all of that.
Yeah.
But it's good to try the dishes, the other fish as well,
Couldn't agree with you
more. Do you
more.
think any good, like, meaty white fish this works for?
I think so. I think it's. I think if you can incorporate a little bit of fish into your diet, it really will make a big difference. It's. I also... You know, we all know about that. It's just, you know, the medicinal qualities that we get so much now. We talk about food so differently now compared to... We're not embarrassed anymore to mention things. Let's just turn that down.
Have you noticed that in your time in food, like, in your career? Have you noticed now that we're a bit, you know, do you not worry too much about, like you just said, how the qualities of food, and you know you can sell it a lot easier?
Look, I think that with my career, what I've noticed is that how, as a nation, we've become so much better and, you know, so much more knowledgeable about food. Yeah. You know, you can go into a restaurant now, you know what a jus is, you know, I mean, I'll have a little bit of jus. You're not embarrassed, think, I better just go steak and chips because that's all I've got. And look at that, you take that, beautiful, you just sit that on the top there like that, huh? Look at that, beautiful.
And that harissa, that warmth, just adds so much, doesn't it?
It kicks up. I'm going to look a bit of tea. I look a bit on the table.
Yes!
At home, man.
That looks delicious, doesn't it? And it's very warming, isn't it, for these nights?
Very, absolutely perfect. Great. Even when you're doing, you think about it, you know, Halloween's around the corner.
Yeah.
You can get a bit of fish, you can get a whole sort of side or something like that, bake that in the oven. Yeah. And then you can make a nice harissa crust, put that on the top, make a simple chickpea stew. And there you go.
That crust is...
He's done it again, hasn't he? He's done it again.
Yeah, lovely.
That's so lovely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ainsley.
Pleasure. Always
You're
lovely
amazing.
to see you. Thank you so much.
All the details of today's recipes and more delicious ideas from our chef. Download the free This Morning app.